Run the play, the weekly football show. I'm your host, RTP, and bro, I keep fucking it up when I do it. I tried to do it on wrestling last week and it just messed me up. ANTNHD, you already know what it is. And next to me, I got my boy, Game Time Gretch. Zach, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great. NFL Week 10 coming right at you hot and heavy. And hey, right now, if we saw, it was really probably the best defensive game this year, 100%. They were like back and forth, just bobbling each other, and it was literally just two plays that really just changed the game, man. But it's been crazy, and you know what? I talked about this all season now. The NFL is totally different this year. Extremely differently than last year. And it's really showing it now. Like, it's going to come down to these next couple weeks. They say how the regular season, you try to rest your players the last week. Well, that's not going to happen as of right now. Heck no, especially all those in-heads. Yeah.
It's like when you play a Madden league and you do one of those fantasy drafts and every team is like perfectly balanced. That's what the NFL feels like this year. And the playoff race is going to get close. But I think the real conversation right now, the closest conversation right now is this MVP race, man. I got to know who your pick right now is for the MVP to start the year.
Why are you doing this to me? People in the comments are saying Packers are sorry, bro. And then another comment I have.
They are.
Easy money taking the Eagles. Oh, dang. I mean, okay. I mean, maybe not in the first half. It wasn't that easy, but whatever. Anyways, all right.
That game was not easy to watch.
No, it was not. It was not. And I feel bad for the Packers and Eagles fans. And regardless, it doesn't matter about the score. Like, that game was. Anyways.
Stop ducking the question. Stop ducking the question.
Okay. But why can't I sneak somebody else in there where I feel like they have a chance too?
You can, but who? If I gave you $1,000 right now,
I know. I hate this.
If I give you $1 million infinite dollars and I said you could have this money if you pick the MVP, who would you pick?
Okay. In reality, the NFL needs to talk about the most valuable player. It's like the most controversial award, right? It's the most controversial award. I'm going to be honest with you. Who's been the best player throughout the whole entire season, just from week 1 to now? He only had one bad week. It's Jonathan Taylor. It's just that. Jonathan Taylor is that guy, and I know it's crazy. I love Drake Maye. I think he's an awesome quarterback. He's really making a name for himself. I know it's a quarterback's award, people are starting to say, but the best player in the NFL is Jonathan Taylor. It's easily Jonathan Taylor. Look, hey, take Jonathan Taylor out of the Colts roster. I don't think they're the same. I honestly don't think they're the same team. I don't. Sorry.
I'm glad you picked Jonathan Taylor. But I was just gonna argue with you regardless of who you picked because that's just my job on this show. My argument against Jonathan Taylor is if Derrick Henry didn't win MVP the year that they crowned him King Henry,
it's true.
I just can't see a world where another running back wins. I'm sorry. Even right now, this kind of surprises me. As of today, Jonathan Taylor still has the 4th highest odds to win MVP. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's very crazy. That's he's top 3, man, and he's not 3. He's at least 2 or 1. And you know what?
Top 2.
Yes. Especially. And it's like, okay, we go back to the season a little bit way before 2021. What was it? Was that Cooper Kupp's year, or was it Cooper Kupp? Right? No, the year when they went to the Super Bowl. Was that he had a triple crown?
I think that was 20. I think that was 20, but I could be wrong.
Well, no, regardless, you probably are, or you're right. But what I want to say, I'm going to check it real quick. But I think Cooper Kupp, even that year, the man did every stat a wide receiver could do in football. And the fact is, that guy didn't win either. So it's like, it's crazy to me. It's crazy. It's like you would expect more, right? From
the NFL MVP award is just a quarterback award.
It is.
That's why I would argue. I think Jonathan Taylor probably is the best player as far as like the most valuable player for his team. But it's going to be Drake Maye, I think. Drake Maye just hasn't had a bad game this year. The Patriots are the story. You need a story to win MVP. But, yeah, I'm happy to see Jonathan Taylor hooping and competing because he was a guy that I felt like was getting kind of written off at this point in his career. So it's great to see a bounce back. Like, this is a season we're going to remember. The fact that the Colts offense isn't terrible with Daniel Jones as their quarterback and Michael Pittman as their wide receiver 1 just shows how good Jonathan Taylor has been this year. And I want to shout out those guys too for making jumps, but Jonathan Taylor just has been on a different playing field this year. The other bit of big trendy news this week was the Giants ended up firing Brian Dable. Right, that's your division, so I'll let you take the lead on this one.
Look at Brian Dable, man. Hey, so much kudos to you as a coach. It's hard to be in that situation, but look at what happened is these leads that they were having, they started blowing them. They started blowing them bad when they started looking like they were playing some competent football. But you know what? I hate this, and I'm glad like a professor said it to me in class today too. I hate when they fire coaches midway in the season. Let them finish it out. What more are you going to gain from it? What more are you going to gain for firing your head coach right now? When you're already going to lose, you're not nothing in the season. Yes, you want to start fresh, but again, I mean, I don't understand. I mean, like what? Ryan Dable's gone now. Like your locker room's gonna look so much different, and I feel like that locker room's already chaotic as it is now because there's a lot of injuries that happen now. Jackson Darts out of concussion. Like you're looking like a roster. Just my best analogy for this is a chicken with its head cut off. You really like you're not letting him finish. You're not letting him finish the season, and if that's gonna happen, then you know what? No offense. I love Kevin Stefanski. He's a 2-time coach of the year, but that man's got to go too then.
He's got
That's
to
what I
go.
feel.
Can I give you
Yeah.
my argument against you? I'm
Yeah.
gonna do it
Go
every
for
time, but I'm actually very pro firing coaches midseason. Just because I don't think the Giants think that whoever they hire is going to turn them around this season.
Yeah.
I do think this gives their next coach a head start into.
Yeah.
I could coach half a season and then another whole season, get a whole off season with the guys, rather than you fire your coach at the end of the season and you're trying to replace him in the off season. Now, this does depend on how quick they replace Dable. If it takes them 4 weeks to replace Dable, then I'd be like, you should have fired Dable 4 weeks from now. But we got to wait and see. We got to play that game. But I do think for a team with Jackson Dart, Cam Scatabo, Malik Neighbors, this defense, I think if you get a good coach in there and you get him in there early, I think this team could have some success going into 2026.
No, 100%. 100%. I think they can. Look at they get them all healthy. They get everybody. The Giants will be a force to be reckoned with. They need another receiver, though, besides Malik Neighbors. They need somebody that can be something good for them. And there's a lot of receivers going to be on the free agent market. You don't care. Like you always say, like they talked about A.J. Brown tonight. Yeah, he's happy. Oh, I don't believe that. I don't believe that whatsoever. I don't believe you're happy. I don't really. You're 56 career receiving yards, or no, sorry, season yards, only 56. Yeah, you're not happy, bro. You're not happy. I'm sorry.
Okay, so we have options though, right? If this team does tank, they go into next season, they could either draft a receiver. I do think receivers definitely a position in need, along with their O-line. But I do want to see who else is a free agent. And for some reason, Spotrac isn't showing me that right now. Okay, let's look. Receivers that are free agents going into next year. We have Jawan Jennings, who would make for a great wide receiver too. Thoughts on that?
Jawan Jennings. I don't know. I don't know what to feel about him. I mean, that'd be a good option for them, for the Giants. I think he can do something. I really think they need to go hit a market and get somebody that's worth it. That's like
I got some other names for you.
Go for it.
We got Debo there. He's gonna be a free
Okay.
agent. He could be a great wide receiver too, great mentor for a guy like Malik. Kyle Pitts, if they want to transition him to a full-time wide receiver, I think would make a lot of sense. Even though Theo Johnson's been playing very good. I think if you get him, you convert him to a receiver. You don't just
100%. 100%.
Jacoby Myers is a guy that I love.
like him.
Where did he just get traded?
The Jaguars.
Yeah, I love that. I hope they pay him.
They're gonna
Romeo Dobbs is a guy that I could see leaving because there's a lot of mouths to feed. Alec Pierce is a great wide receiver too. Y'all take dynasty questions? Yeah, let him fly, bro. I'm in a couple dynasty leagues. Last couple wide receivers. There's not a lot of great wide receiver free agents. And if I'm being honest, I don't do my draft research until the summer hits. So
hey,
George
Pickens.
I just saw Pickens.
If Dallas doesn't, they'd be insane if they don't. But yeah, Pickens could.
He's the number 2. But I mean, bro, if you're the Giants, you should throw some money at Pickens and hope that Dallas doesn't re-sign him.
Yeah, you do.
That's essential.
him and Neighbors, oh my goodness, they'd be insane together.
Or you
Good
just
team.
draft. This seems like a
Yeah.
great O-line free agency. Would you send Nico in an early 2026?
Oh, I don't know. I think Nico Collins is still that true wide receiver one for them. I think. I know this is your team. I just like Nico Collins a lot for Houston. But I don't know. That's up to you, man. You
What
take that
Papa's
question.
coming up? Would you send Nico plus? Wait.
Oh, for London, for Drake London.
2026 second for London. I win now roster. I think I would, but I don't want
Yeah.
to screw you over. It's a second. It's a second. You're not giving up your first, and you're sending. You're putting me in a weird spot. I don't think I would, and this is why I could see them benching Penix at any point, and then I don't know how I feel about Drake London. Is that a fair assessment?
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think because look at Michael Penix is he. I mean, yes, he might have another year they're going to give him, but the guy, that whole Atlanta just okay. Talk about teams, and we'll get on to the next part of this segment because we're having fun with this. But I think
Shout out
the
Dable.
funniest part about this, no, yeah. Shout out Brian Dable, you did this to us, man. Anyways, where I was going with that is there's some teams that just need to go rebuild from the bottom up. The Atlanta Falcons are that team that need to be rebuilding, and they need to help rebuild it around Bijan Robinson. I think so.
You think
That's what they need to do.
what's bottom
The
up?
ground
Like,
up. Bottom up
I
off
think
of
they
like
need a.
you need a
I think they need a new quarterback.
yes,
and
but they also
probably
some O-line
some-
issues. Their
some
O-line was
slight
okay.
defense.
Yeah.
I gotta
I don't
see.
know. We'll see.
I do think as a Michael Penix guy, Michael Penix was one of my favorite quarterbacks coming out of that draft. I think I'm off of him as an NFL talent. I don't think it's gonna work out there.
Okay,
Go
how
for
crazy is
28.
this? How crazy is this? Last thing.
Uh,
Would Justin Fields make that roster better? Is that
I
crazy
think,
to think?
bro, as a Justin Fields guy, I think I'm off of Justin Fields too, man.
Okay. But
He
I'm
threw
just
the
saying, are
ball.
they in the
He
same
threw the
record?
ball
Are they in the
11
same
times
record right
this
now?
week.
Are
I
they in
don't
the
think
same
they-
record right now?
I don't think he makes them better. I think both of them
Okay.
suck.
Okay.
Like,
fair.
shout
fair.
him out.
I'm gonna leave
I
it at
think
that
both of
because I
them
don't
suck.
care. I don't care about. I just wanted to see. I think that'd be something.
You tested my G. Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of great games this week.
We did.
I think the NFL's biggest problem for me, as someone who watches, like, tries to keep up with basketball live, I try to keep up with wrestling live. I try to watch like my UFC stuff. I'm consuming a lot of stuff at once. My biggest problem with the NFL is I feel like their primetime games have sucked the last 2 years. I think Eagles Packers was well booked because that game should have been great. But Raiders Broncos, you had a Monday and Thursday game this week that both finished 10-7. Like, that is just, if you're a casual fan, you're not watching
10-7, 10-7, 10-7, not 6-7. I had to one time.
Technical foul.
No, I'm playing. I had to one time. I'll never do that again. I'll never do that again. But that's twice, bro. That's a meme. That's a meme. Where's 8-2 team? Boom. That's the Broncos for you.
Yeah.
Right, go ahead. No, go ahead.
How do you feel about the Broncos? So you do think they're fraudulent?
Oh yeah, dude. You know what? All right, someone brought it up today, and I'm glad they did. Look, I was rooting for them. I like their defense. I think they still have a top 3 defense. But you know what? I give the Vikings even more credit than this team last year. But hear this. Hang on. Remember the Steelers a while back, 11-0? You remember that Steelers team?
I know what you're talking about.
That's exactly what I think Denver is. And that's crazy to think. But you know what's why? I think Denver, they're just getting, like, now they're starting to get lucky. Like, a little bit. Like, their luck's running. Some of it's great. Some of it's comeback heroics. I like Bo Nix. You don't think he's a problem. I think the problem here is when you take him out of the equation, and I told you, when you make him go on the run and you keep him in the pocket, over. They're starting to foil this team. And it's coming down to, like, okay, stop the run game. Now force them pass. Like, it's not balanced. And the thing about the Broncos too is, let's be honest, it's been short, medium throws. He struggles with the deep ball, and I like Bo, but he's been incompletion heavy with the deep ball. If you've seen the stats, and I saw it in a video. Yeah.
Can I ask you who his deep ball receivers are, though, other than Marvin?
No. And that's not his fault. I'm just saying, like, it's just like, again, that's the problem is they know they don't have deep threats. So if they don't have a deep threat, then they know how to take away the equation and make him play in the box. And that's tough, as a quarterback and, playing the position, you're seeing a difference in here and it's struggling for them. But that's what I feel. I think the Broncos, this defense is really good in. It reminds me
been
kind of
playing
like,
without Pat.
and that's what I'm saying. And 2015 Broncos defense, that carried them to a Super Bowl. So we don't know. I'm not saying
that's one of the greatest offenses ever.
That 2015. No. That's a 2013 one. The 2015 one is
2015.
The 2015 one is with when Peyton Manning was hurt majority and he kept throwing interceptions left and right. His last season with that 2013 was the greatest offense. Yes, of course. That's one of the best ones. Trust me, I know the ball knowledge there. I promise. I won't throw you. Look at he had 9 touchdowns for 17 interceptions that year.
That's insane.
So that's what I'm saying. So basically what I'm saying is Bo Nix playing better football than that. But what I'm trying to tell you, I want to get off this tangent. I don't think the Broncos are legit anymore.
I think I got to wait till this week. If they beat the Chiefs, I'm there. Because they beat the Eagles healthy. They beat the Chiefs healthy, then I got to have a conversation about them, But I agree with you. I'm not feeling no type of way about them. I'm not hype. I'm not high. I'm not low. Let the Broncos be the Broncos. I will say rattling off what's this 8 wins in a row or 7 wins in a row is impressive. And I also think I can't compare them to the Steelers because that Steelers team was ass. We all knew the Steelers were bad. I don't think I would. I don't like throwing that around. I can't think of a team that right now in the NFL that I would compare to that Steelers team. Maybe
that's fair. That's fair.
I hate to say this. I hate to say this, but the closest, the 1-8-2 team that I could see losing in the first round would sadly be the Patriots. Just because they don't have a run game, and the run game is so important to me. I know Trayvon Henderson had his breakout week this week, but I need to see that consistently for me to feel confident about the run game.
That's fair. I like the Patriots, though. I think they are back, though. I
do hope so. I think they're a season away from me jumping it,
Yeah, but I think they're back. Like you said, besides that run game, I think they're back. They can fix that. They can fix and get a running back in the market. If they throw some money toward a running back anywhere and they find somebody,
I don't even think they need to do that. I think they just need to wait a year. Trayvon Henderson will be that guy next year.
Okay. All right.
I don't think he's ready yet. Now let's jump some games. We don't have to talk about the primetime games too much because they were ass.
No, they're bad.
Jonathan Taylor this Sunday morning at 6:30 a.m. gave us 244 yards and 3 touchdowns, a 50-point fantasy game. Tyler Warren in this game also had 8 receptions for 99 yards. I saw a lot of people calling him the best tight end in the league this season, and it's kind of hard to argue against that right now.
Yeah, look at the Colts. I was telling my coworkers when we were talking about this game, it looked very ugly. It wasn't pretty, but Tyler Warren and Jonathan Taylor are those game changers for that team. Okay, Micah Pittman, I have on my fantasy, 3.9 points. Lost me tonight. Lost me the fantasy, literally, this week. Wow. And I've been winning 4 in a row. I'm gonna lose tonight by 0.4 or something like that. But anyways, regardless of that, what I think the game changer off of that, like you were saying, I want to see how this O-line does the rest of the way. Are they playing? Let me check up their schedule. Okay. I really want to because this O-line has been cracking under some pressure and making Daniel Jones feel some pressure recently. I'm not saying the whole game. Okay. I know it's crazy, but I'm starting to see little cracks off the pass block.
I mean, the week before that, definitely for sure. But I think what benefits this team so much is if you have a game like this against any team, you're winning. If you hand the ball to Jonathan Taylor 32 times and Daniel Jones can complete the ball less than 20 times, you're probably winning that game. Daniel Jones turned the ball over in this game, got sacked 7 times.
That's what I'm saying. So,
But I'm not tripping about it because if Jonathan Taylor's eating the way he was eating, that's beating anybody, and their defense had a bad game. And also, bro, we have to remember they're playing in Berlin. That's a tough adjustment, especially for these
of course. You're right.
Pushing 300, come out there and go out there and play after sitting in an airplane for 16 hours. I can't take this too seriously, but what I can say is Jonathan Taylor is the best player in football, man.
No, he
83
is.
yard touchdown in this game too. Mad impressive.
I like to put an argument here, though. You always like to do this. I have to make a quick one, just 2 minutes.
You
Okay, look, they
shouldn't
played
because
the
I'm gonna
Chiefs.
beat you.
No. The Chiefs, I don't really care about them. I mean, yes, they are there. They play them next on the 23rd because I think the Colts have a bye week this week. Yes.
It's
And
Broncos
then,
next week, and then Colts after that.
yes. So they got to play the Texans, and I like your defense. No. Timeout. Not sleeping. Their D line.
I'm sleeping.
Their D line's nice. Okay, their D line's nice. Let's not forget that. Okay, because there was one guy, Daniel Hunter, had 4 sacks. Okay, he had 4 sacks this week. Now they play the Jaguars. They have some people. This is the one game I think where it's gonna really test them. Okay, Seattle.
Versus the Colts?
Yes.
I agree. Seattle's looked amazing, and we could pivot over to that game. 44-22, Seattle whoops on Jacoby Brissett after Jacoby Brissett went out there and beat the Cowboys on Monday Night Football. The Seattle Seahawks looked amazing in this game. Sam Darnold threw the ball 12 times, 2 incompletions, one of them being an interception. But this was just a defensive masterclass from the Seahawks, man. And I think this team is a real life contender, man. This team just took whatever juice the Green Bay Packers had. The Seattle Seahawks absolutely took that juice and they drank it, you know. So they're back, man. They're definitely. I think this is one of the scarier teams in the NFL.
Is it crazy to think that Sam Darnold might play his first career NFC Championship this week? Or sorry, not this week, this season. Is that crazy?
I don't think that's crazy. I don't think that's crazy at all.
I think the Rams, they play them this week too. The Rams and Seahawks, that is gonna be an amazing
Is that prime
game.
time?
I really hope it's. I know it's not. I think it's let me see. I think it's just a regular 125, but it might be right. Yeah, it's a 105. So it's gonna be America's game of the week for sure. That'd be dumb if it's not. But it's 105 p.m. So I think it's on Fox too. Let me see.
Yeah, the only teams I would say can confidently beat the Seahawks, not confidently, but I would think could beat the Seahawks is the Rams, is the Eagles, and is the Lions.
No, I got the Seahawks beating the Eagles. I got the Seahawks beating the Eagles.
You would feel confidently about that?
No, I'm saying right now.
I'm talking about in the playoffs because we're talking about the NFC Championship. That's what you said.
Well, somehow the Eagles always find a way to get where they need to go. So it's just I don't know. You know how I feel. That's just because of how I feel about the team. Okay, and
I also think around December, January, Sam Darnold usually gets the yips. So we got to see how he plays during that time too. I think that's really important. But as far as right now today, this team has the second biggest point differential in the NFL. So you got to take that seriously. But yeah, this Rams game is going to be a big game. It's pretty much like a division decider for this.
Oh,
division.
yes. And it could be a potential seeding issue too. Coming into the second, I think that's the biggest thing people, realize is like this is a big game, like an early playoff like indicator too, where they're gonna fall. One team's gonna be a better seed, the other one's probably gonna have to play a wild card spot.
You need that tiebreaker.
Yeah. What I want to move into that, we talked a little about the Rams. They already dominated the Niners, but I don't got to talk about the game. I want to talk about player specifics, okay? And if you want to talk about the game for a little bit, you can. But I want to talk about this. A person that can win, maybe, is this crazy? I don't know. But if he keeps playing the way he's playing, he should be in the MVP voting race. Matthew Stafford at his age, he's having one of the best career years protecting the football. So the lowest interception ratio is 25-2. The yards are getting similar. I mean, right now he's on track to get 44 touchdown passes with 2 interceptions. If that happens, if he gets even close to like 30s, like late 30s in the touchdown ratio, you better give him that trophy. Okay? Not because I love Jonathan Taylor, I want him, but I think he is the best quarterback in the league right now, playing right now in this season, off of protecting the football and the idea of that. He has his team rolling. and he looks like a master at the art of this right now. The Rams, top 3 offense, I've talked about it. I was really high on them when we talked about the playoff predictions too.
Yeah.
And when we talked about it before, the Rams are a team to be reckoned with. They look better. This might even be crazy, but their offense looks better than the offense that they won the Super Bowl with.
Oh, I
right
wouldn't
now.
go there.
No.
wouldn't
I go there. I go there only
wouldn't go
because
there.
hang on. I go there because they have so many more weapons than they just do now. I know they have OBJ. I know they have the Cooper Cup. I know how these people. But hear me out. Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams haven't even hit their ceiling together. And
But that's not what you said. You said they look better right now. That's
no. They're gonna be. I think they're gonna be better. That's what I meant. I think they're gonna be better.
I wouldn't
if
even
they
go
stay
there,
healthy.
bro.
Okay.
Just because you
cool.
had,
I think it's crazy, but I think
we could. I don't think you could throw that around when you had one of the best seasons from a receiver ever. Like that. That's just how I feel. It's just unless Puka goes out there and gets a triple crown or something close to that, I wouldn't go there.
Okay. But I think well-rounded offense, I personally think. I'm not saying off Cooper Cup, I know that, but I'm saying to win football games in reality as a sport, when you have more people than one to get you there, I know they won a Super Bowl with him. I know this, I know that. And this might be crazy, I might be talking, but I just think the Rams, they look complete. There might be some a little bit issues off of I don't know. I'm still thinking maybe some of the secondary, I don't know. But I feel like
the secondary is weak.
Yeah.
I like
That's
their
it.
front
But I
seven.
think,
But I love their run game. I think their tight end's a little weak, but that really doesn't matter because their pass game looks amazing. And Stafford is hooping. I do think Stafford played better the year they won the Super Bowl, though, as well. I'd throw that out there.
Okay.
Stafford was on a revenge tour. Even though, bro, Matthew Stafford in his age, like when I went to the Texans game and I watched him live, it was crazy seeing this dude make no mistakes. Like legitimately not one bad read that whole game. So I do got to give him his flowers, but it's just that offense was fucking ridiculous. And I know you remember. I'm not trying to knock you or nothing like that.
No. I know that offense very well. That's the Triple Crown I was telling you. So I don't know. I just feel like operations wise, they have this year's Matthew Stafford's different too, though. I don't know. I just feel like it, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyways,
let's pivot over. This is a game I really wanted. I think this is probably the most important game this weekend because I feel like this game told us the most. How the fuck did the Dolphins smack the Bills the way they did, man?
Thank you. That is a hard pill to swallow. Go ahead.
I just don't. And you could easily say the Dolphins put up 30, so the Bills' defense was the problem. The Bills' offense could not move. They were brick walled, it felt like. Josh Allen threw the ball 40 times, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, sacked 3 times. James Cook got his 4 yards of carry, but it just felt like they were running into a wall consistently. And this was the Bills' year, man. You said it in the offseason. I was more of a Ravens guy. Ravens are in the exact same boat. Both of these teams should have been the top 2 teams in the NFL, and both of these teams are dog shit. The Ravens win over the Vikings this week did not move me. The Vikings look terrible.
Yeah, and they won by 8. They're pretty both bad. I don't know how, but that was one of the worst games Josh Allen's played. And for sure this season, like he turned over the ball, he fumbled it. He fumbled the ball. I mean, they weren't playing the mistakes where I felt like, hey, like, does this really, am I watching this? And I turned it off halfway, and I knew when I knew Acne was going to go off, I was like, all right, this game's over. I'm like, look at, this is the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins who should be on the verge of a rebuild very soon. Like this Miami team kicked Buffalo's butt, man. And they went missing. And that can't happen. Okay. That can't happen whatsoever. Okay.
Miami threw the ball to 5 different receivers. Waddle, A-Chain, obviously are going to get theirs. And then they threw to Greg Dulcich, who I haven't heard that name in years. Malik Washington, who I'm actually a fan of.
No, he saw it.
And Nick Westbrook-Akine. How the fuck did this team beat the Bills? I'm hoping this is a smack in the mouth to Josh Allen and the Bills. And like you said, if you look at the box score, you're not going to think Josh Allen played terrible.
And he didn't. I saw right here. I'm seeing it. 70% completion.
No, but if you watch this game, he played bad. It was a bad game from the entire Bills offense.
He did.
So I just can't. I can't defend them no more. I can't defend them. I can't defend the Ravens, man. It's gonna be another fucking Chiefs year.
No, I don't. I don't think so. I don't.
Who do you have?
The Chiefs get there, right? They get there far, maybe, but this Patriots team's got to do something. Hopefully, this Colts team hopefully does something. I don't know. And the Broncos, as much as I'm not high on them, I'm high on them and I'm not. Those three teams can do something. Okay, I really think one of those teams needs to do it because if they let the Chiefs, if they can,
The only team that I think can is the Colts. Because of their defense, because of their run game, if they score a touchdown early, they could control that game.
No, and if the Chargers knew their identity more too, they could have be something too.
I'm not putting no money on Justin Herbert in January.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. I'm not on January, but I'm just saying, like, he's the only one that really obliterated them. Okay, he's the only one that really obliterated them. But I get you. I get you.
I just can't do it. I mean, this was supposed to be the year, man, and these teams are just letting me down right now. The playoff picture in the AFC. The Chiefs, I think, are how many teams is it again? 8 now? Oh, I think the Chiefs are in it now. Is it 8 or 7?
Finally in it. It's 8 team.
I think it's 7. I think it's 7 in the playoff.
7? No, that's an 8 team. No, let me see. 18 playoff NFL. No,
7 a conference.
Yes, I think. Let me see. Playoff picture. Keep going.
So Jags would play the Broncos if it's 7 a conference. Bills would play the Pats in the first round, and Steelers, Chargers. Hey, great year that the Steelers or the Chargers would make it out the first round, because if they played anyone else, they're not making out the first round. Both of those fraudulent teams. But yeah, the Chiefs are 1 win out of the playoffs. My Texans low-key could sneak in the playoffs too, honestly. The Jaguars do not look good, and they're the 7th seed. So it's definitely competition.
7. It's 7. It's 7 right now, and the 8th seed is the Chiefs.
So they're right there.
The Jaguars are the 7th seed right now. They're 5-4,
and that's a tiebreaker, right?
Yes, because yes, exactly, and
which is crazy because the Jaguars look ass. Like, I'm just not gonna believe in the Jaguars.
No, they're pretty terrible. Yeah,
I think the Chiefs would beat the Broncos in the first round. I would confidently pick the Chiefs over the Broncos in the first round. After that, anything goes. Was there any other games this week that you wanted to talk about? I felt like it was a really light week.
What do you mean? What are there not games to talk about?
Texans?
You're missing a big one. Texans? Yes, that one. We can get on that one. There's also another one, but yes, let's go to Texans, okay? I want to talk about a stat first, okay? I think it was what? They were down.
I turned this game off.
19. They were down 19 something. They came back.
19-0, I think. I turned this game off. My girlfriend texted me to turn it back on. But I turned this game off because I didn't
never turn off a game, man. You got to do that rest of the season for me until it's
I'll turn off
really
Texans
bad.
games.
No, you won't, because you need to ride your team. I will see my team get blown out. I will watch it because that's it. You have to look at your team.
I'm not like that though. I like
you.
I'm more of a football fan than a Texans fan. I'd rather watch more I'd rather watch the best game on than watch the Texans. I've always been like that. I'm like that. I'm a to die Thunder fan. If there's a better game on, I'm watching the better game. That's just how I roll,
That's fair. I mean, yeah. I mean, like my job and our job, like, I get it. Like, my job's to enjoy and absorb all these sports, but I have to realize in this, okay, there's tough pills to swallow. I swallowed it last week. Your team, I'm not saying, I mean, I told you they could be a wild card. We don't know. At this point, at this rate, maybe they are a wild card team. But they're going to fight on. Maybe they are, because at the end of the day, these Jaguars are fraudulent than ever. They look fraudulent. They have nobody to really throw a ball to. And
Jacoby.
Yeah, but now he's there. He's there now.
This week after not playing a snap with this team.
I feel bad for Trevor Lawrence, and I really did some research, and you were saying how you feel. I do feel bad for him because he really has nobody there right now. And at the end of the day, that's not going to cut it. And the fact is, this is how it says all over on a coach's face. Liam Cohen was so heated the last play. When they fumbled and they picked up the ball and the Texans took it to the house to conclude it, he was like, I'm done. He's like, I'm done. And that just shows you that's the Jaguars for you. Choke, Masters. So this is what I'm going to tell you. I have faith in your team. I think they go wild card. I think they are that wild card. 7 seed they go, and it's going to shake up in the AFC West these next couple weeks. And the Chiefs could be doing something, but I think somehow it's that race for the Chiefs. The Texans, we'll see. Obviously, the Chiefs have a better shot than the Texans, obviously.
Okay.
But I'm saying,
That was my next question for you.
yeah, the Chiefs are going to go. The Chiefs are going to go. But I'm saying, I'd rather see. I think the Texans have a better shot at the playoffs than the Jaguars do. No, I think.
I do too. I do too.
Yeah.
The Jaguars are frauds. And this was a game that I turned off because I had money on it, and I thought I lost my money, but I did cash out. So I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of the show, Boom Fantasy. Make sure you use code RTP to get a risk-free bet up to $100. Not only is it fun to gamble and bet and just have a good time, this is the easiest way to support our show. So sign up today. Use code RTP. Shout out Boom Fantasy. What was the other game you wanted to talk about?
Come on, I think this was the game of the week.
Was it the don't say
Patriots,
the Browns game?
The Patriots and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game.
Okay.
This had a lot of answers in why I think the Patriots can be something. And because look it, and we have the reel. That's our last reel we have. I'm a big Baker Mayfield enthusiast. That guy did not. He still played well. He didn't do bad at all. Okay. But the Patriots found a way to do better. And the fact is, Mike Vrabel took a year off, and he has really, really made this Patriots team legit in a way. And people, again, we've said it. I've apologized to way before Drake Maye saying, he's not. I've never really talked about it, never heard him. He's shown it. And you're saying the run game? Fine. As of right now, besides it, I know he threw a pick, like an ill-advised pick. They still won. But I'm still putting the ball in Drake Maye's hands to keep winning this game, to keep winning out in the season. I trust that Drake Maye is maturing enough to get this team to win. And maybe the Patriots can be the ones that make that upset and they're the dark horse, because they are in the AFC. They're the dark horse right now. They're the ones that control their destiny right now. And the Patriots, again, if they are any type of the way this plays out, oh my gosh, I'm losing my words because I'm amazed how the Patriots have been playing. But I want your thoughts, really, because if you saw this game, what I saw was a team maturing and showing them, hey, we beat Buffalo when Buffalo was supposed to be really good, okay? And they were still early on the season. And now we just beat a Tampa Bay team who's still really good. Don't knock them off because they're still a good team, but they're also not healthy, all this and that. The Patriots still showed up. And the only team that they have to play now to really is the Bills again. And if the Ravens somehow make a magical run. But right now, I think the Patriots win out their whole season.
Let me tell you, I'll give you two sides, right?
Okay.
And I'm not going to talk too much about this because I've said this 1,000 times. I think the defense and the run game are the two most important things to win in the playoffs. Obviously, the Patriots, I do think, have the defense. They have a good defense. They don't have an elite defense. They have a really good defense, though. And their run game looked good this game. But I don't think it's enough in the playoffs. Now, here's the other side of the coin. Let me fact check this really quick. Let me make sure.
No, go for it. Yeah.
Let me make sure I'm not bullshitting. But if the Patriots were to play, if the Patriots were to play any team in the playoffs right now in the AFC, Drake Maye would be the best quarterback in that playoff game. Other than, like, if you still want to hold Josh Allen to that after what we've seen this season. But just off of what we've seen this season, Drake Maye has been the best, if the second best, the third best, if you want to go there, quarterback in the NFL. I do think it's easy to bet on the best player to win the game, especially when he's a quarterback. I mean, how many times has Mahomes made the Super Bowl and he shouldn't have with the Chargers?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying Drake Maye's Mahomes. I'm not going there. But what I'm trying to say is I'll bet on the best player for the most part. So that would be my argument with this team competing. I need to see the run game fully there, a couple weeks to feel really good about this team.
Okay.
That's where I'm at. And again, I'm not off of this team completely. Do I think this team could go on a run? Yes. Would I bet on it with Boom Fantasy, sponsor the show, code RTP? No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't go that far.
Okay. Fair.
Because you're not playing with my money, Drake May. I'm sorry. It's my money. I'll bet on the Colts. I would bet on the Colts. I would bet on the Chiefs. I would bet on the Eagles. I would bet on the Lions. I would bet on the Seahawks. I don't think I would throw my money on the Patriots. But I will say this team, I'm not thinking you're crazy for saying they could win out. I could see this team winning out because they are built for regular season wins. Now, if they go into the playoffs against Buffalo, I may be sweating a little bit as a Patriots fan.
Well, I appreciate your analysis on that. I got almost every single team. There's only 2 topics I want to go into next, and
Okay.
I'll give you the choice, okay? And this is it because everyone else has been doing it. We covered it. This has been a solid episode, and I want to say, now my Boom Fantasy on this, this is where my trick was up my sleeve, and I didn't know it was going to come down to this, okay? But this is my trick up my sleeve, okay, on Boom Fantasy, okay? Why did I make the Lions a 7th seed? Why did I make them the 7th ranked team, all this team? Okay, this was the reason why. They're proving me in. They're proving me right now. I told you, I said, are they going to be the team that I know they can be? Are they the biggest team that maybe? Look it. This is crazy. Okay, but who do you want to talk first? You want to talk about Detroit or do you want to talk about Chicago? I'll let you choose. And those are the 2 teams I want to talk about.
I think.
Okay.
I don't know where you're going with Detroit because I feel like Detroit is good. Like, I feel like Detroit is very similar to last season. Chicago's kind of a different team. I feel like they're a little more interesting, so let's talk about them.
All right. Well, this is what I feel about Chicago. Okay. Chicago can have an offense that can be electric. Electric. It can be. Okay, but they have questions to answer. How are they going to match up if this comes down to seeding-wise? Because look it. They're tied. The Lions are tied with the same record. The Lions have a leg up against them, right? Because they whooped them. They whooped them. But it's 6-3, both of these teams. Now, let's say wherever one of them takes a loss, another one takes a loss, they got to meet each other the last game of the season.
Oh, wow.
And that's what I'm trying to say, is that this can be not a rest of your players. This is already your first playoff game. Okay? And the idea of this is have the Bears, and I'm not saying right now, have the Bears matured, how they found it? I don't know, because I don't want to give you that. But what I feel is I think Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson already has his credit. I love him. I think Ben Johnson's top 5 mind offensive in football. Okay. And he understands the game of football.
I don't think
so.
No.
I don't think so. I want to argue this because he turned this bad news bear team and what they're doing. Okay. I'm not saying they're great.
Them what? Turn them what? Who have they beat?
No. Hang on.
Hang on what though? Who if he's that good of a coach, who have they beat?
Okay. I'm going to answer this real quick. I'm not saying who have they beat because they haven't beat anybody. But I don't know. You're killing me here. You're killing me.
You're going
okay, I like Joe Flacco. I didn't know. You got me. Okay, but this is what I'm going to say. I still think what he's done for this team is a lot, and it's great. But this is where the testament comes. That Eagles game, a Packers game, a Lions, that's testament. But I'm saying if somehow the Bears go on a cinematic run and they make it to the Lions, that's what I want to talk about. I think they're better than they were last year. That's what I'm trying to say. And I think off of a coach when you're evaluating it. Yeah.
But
no, I know. But
coaching or that's natural player development. I mean,
but I think he's
Caleb Williams. You have a great young
developed
defense.
Him though. Ben Johnson has developed Caleb.
If I was the head coach, Caleb Williams would have looked better this season than last season. Like, that's just what it is. He's a young quarterback. He was the number 1 pick. Roma Dunze, same thing. Roma Dunze had all the talent in the world. I think he would have developed the same way. Colson Loveland, Luther Burden. Like, this team got so much better. I can't attribute that to Ben Johnson because they don't look amazing. They beat the Giants.
No, I know that. I'm not arguing that. I'm saying when they look at the Bengals, okay, we're gonna say they're Trojans, but their offense,
they're gonna have a big game versus the Lions. That's not a big game if they're a bad team.
No, but I'm saying it's a good team if they play the Eagles how they are, because look at if the Eagles keep playing this conservative type and find a way not to score all these points, and the Bears can play how they've been playing decently and getting these points, because they have been scoring points. Let's be honest, they've been scoring points. Okay,
Against who? Against Cincinnati, they've put up 47. Against the Saints, Commanders without Jaden Daniels, Raiders, and the worst defense in the NFL that I've ever watched, the Cowboys.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying is okay, so I'm saying they can put up points. Okay, they haven't played the greatest team. I don't know. What I'm trying to say
Herbert
is
is by far the greatest quarterback.
I think this offense is a little underrated in what they're doing. Just a little bit. I know they're not playing greatest teams just yet, but look at when they played the Commanders, they were healthier. Okay. And that's fair. They were healthier. And it was heroics in that. But they found a way. And I also think I don't know. I don't know where I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna quit off there.
I don't think you know.
Yeah, I don't. But what I say is that I don't know why they're.
Let me guide you there then. Let me help you out here. Can this team make the playoffs this year? Is that where you're going with
Bears?
this?
Yes. That's what I was trying to get at, but you know what? No, I'm gonna drop them. But what I'm trying to say is what Chicago is. No, they're the best. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. I'm done. I'm gonna done. I don't know.
You sat there trying to find a way to say the Bears.
I was trying.
And then when I say can they make the playoffs, you say no.
No. Okay, let's go back to my.
Hey, I want to say real quick. We're 46 minutes in. I feel like we've hit on everything big. That's kind of the point of this show, Zach. You know, I'm experienced in this game. You know, this is your first time.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
I'm giving you your reps, man. I'm giving you your reps.
Oh, of course.
All I'm here to do is challenge you. That's it. I'm a pawn in your game, brother. I'm just pushing. You know.
No, you're right. And what I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't think the Bears have hit their ceiling yet. That's what I was trying to say. What's hard is that I think if they can make some noise within these couple of games, because look there's always some games that can be upsets, right? I mean, did we think that the Broncos and the Raiders 10-7? Did we honestly think that? I didn't think that. I didn't think that whatsoever. I thought it was 28-7. I'll give the Raiders maybe one touchdown.
Thinking about that game, honestly.
Okay. No, but what I'm saying, this is what I'm trying to say. So what I'm trying to salvage is this. The Bears can be that type of thing, how the Broncos off of thing. No, timeout.
I feel like we got to drop this because I feel like you don't know where you're going.
Okay, fine. No, I am. I am going somewhere.
I'm going somewhere. I'll let you go.
I think they can upset a good team this season. That's what I'm trying to say. And I know it came out terrible, but I think they can upset a team this season. I think they can upset one good team this season. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm sorry it took off weird that way, but I think they can upset a team.
The teams that are left that I would say are good teams are the Eagles, are the Lions, and are the Packers a good team? They play them twice. I bet the Bears will beat the Packers once.
The Packers, you want to talk about a team that has absolutely no receivers? Them and Jacksonville are the same. Okay, their best receiver was their tight end, and he's hurt. They don't have nobody. Matthew Golden, I like the guy. I know he can get separation, but he hasn't done much. Okay, this I know. But at the end of the day,
no, I get what
take
you're saying.
charge.
This year, though.
Yeah, take charge. Take charge. Look at the Packers were known when they had Aaron Rodgers. Not always help, but he had at least had Jordan Nelson. He had a true wide receiver one. He had Devontae Adams. Okay, he had Randall Cobb. He had people. Yes, Greg Jennings. Exactly. Thank you for bringing him up. Okay, exactly. He had Mercedes Lewis. He made Mercedes Lewis look pretty damn good.
James Jones.
Yes, he had those guys. Okay, we can talk about this. Okay, we can say that when Aaron Rodgers on that team, they had a true wide receiver one. Green Bay hasn't had a true wide receiver one these past 2 years.
Fair, and it's sad because I feel like they keep drafting wide receivers, like Dobbs, Golden, Watson, Wicks, and probably some of these other guys, but I just don't know the answer, were picked by Green Bay. I know those 4 were picked by Green Bay. And I feel like there's someone else, Jaden Reed, who hasn't played this year. They've drafted 5 receivers, and it still feels like they don't have a true wide receiver one. Tucker Kraft was doing his job
He
before
was
he got
doing
hurt.
great. More than
Yeah,
that. He was more than that. It was like a Brock Bowers offense, kind of.
he
Look
was
at,
hooping.
yeah. Yeah.
But
It was like, yeah.
I also don't think Jordan Love's that great. I might be
No.
in the minority on that, but I think Jordan Love is like Draymond Green, where he has super high highs and I'm lit on Jordan Love, and he has super low lows where I'm like that camera, where I'm like, this dude just don't know what he's doing. This dude just don't know where to throw it.
Hey, I didn't know what I was doing 5 minutes ago. I was trying to make a point out of dead air. And I think at the point is this, and look at Jordan Love is this hard to say? He's mediocre. He's
Yeah.
mediocre. And but it's not just him holding him back. Maybe if he had a receiver, I don't know. But they're holding that offense back. That is the reason why Green Bay hasn't touched the grass of playoffs in a while.
Yeah.
An NFC championship game. Okay. And I think that's tough. Got a lot of people saying hi over here. Oh, the ESPN guy. Well, I appreciate you guys.
Shout him
All,
out.
but
Shout him out.
no, yeah. Well, my girlfriend says the guy from ESPN. I mean, got other people saying ESPN big time. Yes, I had the debut. I'm grateful for that. But
Talk
we're
about
here
it.
on RTV. No.
Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it. We talked about football. Talk about it. I want to hear about it.
It was great, man. It was great. I was nervous. Like I was nervous now too, but not as bad. I think the hardest thing is I did the basics that I wanted to. It's been scarce with the calls recently, but the idea is storytelling. You got to be confident in what you're doing, and you gotta take risks. Like we just saw 10 minutes ago, you got to take risks and be a storyteller and have that. And that's what I did, and it was a great win for Fullerton. Grateful to do more.
How do you tell that story?
You tell a story what in volleyball or
like
just
what's your when you say you got to tell a story, what's your process in that? Like what are you looking for in a game?
When you tell a story, it comes by the atmosphere, what's at stake for people. The head coach for Fullerton was, it's the first year coaching at Fullerton, but she was UCR's head coach. She had the first 10-win program in the season, and she came back and she swept her team. And they got swept first when they first played each other at UCR. And the storyline there was it was a coaching matchup more than the players, because she coached all that whole players, 80% of that roster last year, and the whole coaching staff from Fullerton were the UCR coaching staff last year. So I got all that stats. I talked to the coach beforehand, also on the court, but also on a phone call. I try to bring some of the storylines saying, okay, this is the confidence and how 70% of the freshmen were on the team for Fullerton are starting because due to injuries, but they're getting game-like experience, and that also builds a program. Championship teams, we know this, aren't built overnight. They're built by discipline, by a coach having a vision, and that's what I see over there. And they played their best game of the season, and and I was just lucky to be the guy calling it, and I had fun learning from it, and that was my first time being on camera too, so it was a new element being on camera and looking at it, trying to smile, have a conversation with my analysts. So shout out Justin for that. But
what else goes in? What else goes into your preparation other than calling a coach and finding stats?
Storylines. Yeah. What, dude? I got the call literally. My girlfriend right here, the morning of. So usually I get a week to prepare.
I did watch it, by the way. I did. Yeah. I was driving with my girlfriend, and I was like, I just got to hear this guy in the air for a little bit. So I did pull it up. It was cool to hear you on ESPN.
Well, I look at. I'm glad it wasn't my greatest game, but I had fun. Okay, and I know my expectation of a standard. But if I gave the emotion, the atmosphere, the basics of that, which I felt like I did, because I've seen others where as an announcer, for me personally, if some guy's really into it and you could tell that he knows what he's talking about, at least, even though. Like the pronunciation guide killed me, okay? Because I didn't get to learn these players' names the whole entire week. If I did, it would have helped me way more. But I know from now on, because that's how the business is. If you get a call, you got to know what to do in that moment. And I did 90% of the work, okay? And what I did was I pulled up stats, but I also pulled up storylines within the coaches, where she came from. And 95 of that percent you don't really use on air, because there's so much going on. You have to call the action if you're the play-by-play guy. But I'm glad you were tuning in, man. I mean, it's been a whirlwind, especially doing my master's at Cal State Fullerton, but I'm glad to do more. But yeah, man, that's what I do. I want to find these storylines. the personalities of the coach. How do I bring it into the air? I was telling her how she brings confidence, the way you could tell she was emotional with her players, and how she really guides them and talks to them and breaks it down for them. There's also, which I would have done more too, is talk about the players' atmosphere, how they care about one another. But I also mentioned on air too is they were playing more loose and more confident than ever. A lot more tense when you're down, but when you're protecting home court, that was their second win on their brand new gym floor of the season.
Mhm. That's
And
crazy.
they wanted it, yeah, and they wanted it, man. And you have to just bring it out. But that's what I learned. Keep going, and I just want to build from here. And you have to prepare like your life depends on it. And I always want to bring a good product. And I get to watch the back next week because I usually give a week to marinate. Like this week, I could be watching it now. But anyways, that's what I feel. That's
I
what
feel like
I want to say.
I feel like because it's your first time on air with ESPN, you're I don't think you're hard on yourself, but you said like it wasn't your best called game. Like you got to remember your first time in that on that stage isn't going to be your best. You're only
Yeah,
going to
of
get better.
course.
Like you said, you're going to climb that ladder. So we're happy to see you do that, man. At Run the Play, that's what we're here for, man. We're giving you your reps. You're going to go out there and you're going to be great. And one day you're going to be
Appreciate it.
calling whatever the hell you want to be calling because you're going to be that guy. I think that's how we wrap up the episode. With
Yeah.
the
And
personal
I do
support.
want to say one last thing to make this his way. The Lions are a team to be scared of. And I got to give respect on that. No. And
Wait,
we
wait,
can
wait. Try to get the Bears out one more time.
No, I'm not going to do the Bears. The bad news Bears. You got me there. That's the first time where I felt, wow, I didn't know anything. But you know what? No, I'm going to be confident and end it like this because that's what real professionals do on here and what you've been doing. You've been a great professional on that end. And
Yeah.
the Lions, they look good. And you know what? You want to talk about a team that maybe can upset the Eagles?
Detroit.
Maybe
stay healthy.
maybe they could do it. They stay healthy. I think I can wall it up with Detroit one more time. That's what I want to say.
I agree. Thank you guys once again. If you guys want to support the show, you could scan this QR code right up here. Code RTP on Boom Fantasy. We'll get you a risk-free bet up to $100. I've been RTP and ANT NHD. Hey, I gotta say real quick, Zach got big things going on, but we also got big things going on over here. We just launched our wrestling show this week, and it performed very well. So big shout out, man. That's something I wanted to do. If you guys don't know, I probably watch wrestling more than I watch most sports, other than maybe basketball, but that's something I'm really passionate about, and I'm glad we got going. We're also getting short form content back rolling. We got a content guy for that now. So if you guys do follow us on Instagram, I didn't even realize we hadn't posted on Instagram in 2 months. I've just been so busy with work, but we got a guy fully focused on that now, so that's not going to be an issue again. Those are the big things going on for us. Obviously, Zach ran through his big things going on because he's cooking. Again, Game Time Gretch, Zach, whatever you go by on here, man, just let the people know where they can find you, and we'll wrap up the show.
Instagram, YouTube, you know where to find me, but right here on RTP every Monday night, you got to understand this is a sports talk show and we always want to know what you want. So you got to tell us, message us, find a way, give us the content. We got basketball, baseball, we got wrestling, we got more. We got so much more in store, but you have to be the ones to open up the floor. Hey, look at that. All those rhymes right there. You got to understand one thing. That's what sports is about. It's the beauty. So appreciate you and glad it was NFL Week 10, wrapped it up in a nice one, man.
Hey, it's the beauty, man.